How's it going? So I picked up this Sabvoton 45 amp controller for my Super73 ZX. Here's the, let's see, there's the model. So it works 36 volts to 72 volts. So I can always upgrade it to 72 volts if I want to. And I'm going to go and wire it up to the stock harness and motor. So now on the motor wire harness, it's very simple. They're actually color coded correctly. So yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, blue. And then over here, the hall sensor, black, blue, green, red, and yellow all connect to each other. So that's how you hook up the motor. Now let me go ahead and start with the main harness. So here's the main wire harness for the ZX. So the blue is going to go to your signal wire for your throttle. Pink is going to be going to your +5 volts for your throttle. And then your black is going to be your main ground. That's going to go to everything. So in my case, here's the throttle. So I would wire the red to the pink, the black to the black, and the blue to the green. Let me get that wired up and I'll show you. Also make these leads a little bit smaller as well. So now the green to blue, pink to red, and black to black. And also I went ahead and took an extra, you don't have to, but I went ahead and made another ground. So there's 2 different points on the controller that are grounded. And I wired it in, took off the alarm because I'm not going to be using the alarm. So I took the ground from that, and then I just capped off the positive for the alarm right here. Okay, next, the brake cutoff. So your red wire is going to go to the positive. So I'm going to do it to this purple wire right here. Here's the brake cutoff positive wired up. Just be tucked in right there. And then we also have the connector still for brake light. Now that's all you need for your throttle and your brake cutoffs to work. So now the easiest way to go about it would just be taking your harness for your screen, then you just plug it in there. Take your main harness, plug it in, then you just run these right alongside each other. That's going to be your easiest way. Now you can wire it up through the main harness if you want to, but you're going to have to make a jumper wire because the ground is in the wrong location for the screen. So my suggestion would be just to run 2 wires up. The next step is to wire in the pedal assist sensor. Now I got the pedal assist sensor wired up. So always check continuity and everything because there is no standard wire color. So you really need to check which wire is what. So for my case, the ground ended up being green, the red ended up going to red, and the white ended up going to black. And I also picked up this pedal assist sensor because I've been having a lot of trouble trying to get the stock Super73 sensor to work with an aftermarket controller. All right, let me get this finished off and I'm gonna plug everything up here on the bench and see if everything works. Okay, I tried to get as much in the picture as possible. So I have it all wired up. The screen is going to this harness right there. The main harness is plugged in. I got a brake cutoff, throttle, stock ZX motor hooked up, pedal assist sensor. Let's try turning it on. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see, is it in the... Yep. That's a good sign. If I can get it to stay. We got power. It's going through the pedal assist. Let's see if the brake cutoff's working. Okay, the brake cutoff's working. Motor up here. I can get a thumb in there maybe. Yep. And it's spinning. Kind of lags a little bit there on the speedometer. But now we know that everything works. Now I've been working on cleaning up all the wiring. Trying to get everything a little bit neater than what it was. So that's a display. This is the main power for the brake and headlight. And then the brakes. The brake light is right there. And then I went in and clipped off all these extra connectors and left what they are on there, so if I ever need to come back and use them, I don't need the reverse, I don't need the speed limiter. Just trying to make it as neat as possible. And also took the brake light off. I gotta rewire that, much shorter. Okay, I got the brake light shortened. I'm gonna go test fit it on the bike. Got the brake light on the bike. So just gotta clean up all the rest of these wires here. After I tried to hook up the brake light and tail light to test it out, I realized that I did not have one of these connectors on the harness. I just had it just onto the bare wire. So I gotta go ahead and hook it up that way instead of putting it onto the connector. I wanted to show you I'm working on fitting the controller in there. It's kind of how it's gonna sit. And it's just gonna be zip tied right there, and then another zip tie. Yeah, where's it at? Right there. Then I work on routing all the cabling, making it all nice and neat. Okay, got the controller zip tied in. I went and put the battery. See, there is where the wires go. Pretty close. Got all the wires run up to the display and everything. So I went ahead and looped the harness around this way, and I'm going to be zip tying it up here. I still got to run all these, shorten them a little bit. So I'm going to continue on. Now I got the whole kit hooked up. It's the main power for it. And then the brake light. Okay, so I had to take apart the main harness, and I had to solder on a jumper for the brake. So this one goes to the positive of the brake, so that way the brake light will work. So if you look at right here, just made a jumper for the positive for the brake cutoff. Okay, now that I have the positive brake cut off, wired to the negative brake light terminal, it should, yep. Let's see if the other one works. All right, sweet. All right, let me button it all up and show you guys what it looks like. All right, so before I put the seat on, I wanted to show you what the controller looks like mounted in place, how the wires look. Bit of a mess. So I have the power wires on this side and all the harness wires and lights and all that are on that side. That's what it looks like from the back. So like I said, a little bit of a mess. But overall, I don't think it's terrible. Let me get the wires just going alongside. All right, let me slap the seat on. Since we got a little break in the rain, I figure I'd do a walk around, let you guys see what it looks like without the MOLLE panels on. Because I know a lot of people might do this upgrade without MOLLE panels on the back. So you just turn it on. So the power's working. Pedal assist 1. Brakes working. Brake lights. Turn signal. Turn signal. Main light. Let's see. And horn. Now, go ahead and turn it up. So I did 9 different levels of pedal assist. Let's look at it. And then if you look here, here's the USB programming cable I just left right there. All right, that's it for this one. The next video I'm going to show you how to program it.